Welcome back to the Shades of Tone Motives. Today's episode is gentle and deep. We're talking about emotional avoidance, not in a dramatic way, not in a heavy way, but in an honest way. Because emotional avoidance doesn't usually look like running from feelings. It looks like staying busy, staying productive, staying distracted, staying strong, staying numb. It looks like I'm fine when you're not. This episode is about understanding why we avoid feeling and how that avoidance quietly shapes our lives. Emotional avoidance is when we consciously or unconsciously suppress, distract from, or bypass our feelings. Instead of feeling, we scroll, work, clean, overthink, stay busy, overfunction, and numb. And many of us do this without even realizing it. We say, I don't have time to feel. It's not that serious. Other people have it worse. I'm fine. But emotions don't disappear when we ignore them. They relocate into the body, into the nervous system, into behavior. Most emotional avoidance is learned. Many of us grew up in environments where big feelings weren't welcomed, crying was discouraged, vulnerability was unsafe, and emotional needs were minimized. Strength was rewarded. So we learned feelings are inconvenient, feelings are weak, feelings make me a burden. And slowly, we became emotionally self-sufficient. Not because we didn't need support, but because we didn't expect to receive it. Emotional avoidance is not emotional immaturity. It's emotional survival. From a neuroscience perspective, emotional avoidance is a nervous system response. When emotions feel overwhelming or unsafe, the nervous system activates. Distraction, dissociation, hyperproductivity, and numbing to create a psychological safety. And this is why stillness feels uncomfortable, silence feels heavy, and rest feels unsettling. Because without distraction, emotions surface. So we stay busy, not because we're productive, but because we're avoiding. Emotional avoidance often looks like overworking, overthinking, overhelping, overgiving, overanalyzing. Aren't you over that? It looks like filling every moment, staying stimulated, avoiding quiet, avoiding stillness. Because stillness brings emotion, and emotion brings vulnerability, and vulnerability feels risky. When emotions are suppressed, they don't disappear. They show up as anxiety, irritability, emotional numbness, fatigue, burnout, disconnection, and physical tension. Unfelt emotion becomes chronic stress, body pain, emotional shutdown, and reactive behavior. What we avoid emotionally often controls us subconsciously. Feeling requires slowing down, sitting still, staying present, and being honest. And for many people, these feel unsafe because slowing down means thoughts surface, emotions rise, memories return, and the truth becomes clear. So we stay busy, not because we're afraid of emotion, but because we're afraid of what emotion will reveal. Let's pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself gently, when do I stay the busiest? What emotions do I avoid most? What do I do when I start to feel uncomfortable? Now ask, what might I discover if I slow down? You don't need to force yourself to feel everything. You just need to notice when you're avoiding. Awareness loosens patterns. Gentle presence softens defenses. And emotional honesty begins to grow. And that is where healing starts. If this episode stirred something, let me say this: there is nothing wrong with you. Your emotional avoidance was protection. It kept you safe when you needed it. And now you're learning a new way, a gentler way, a more honest way, a more connected way. In the next episode, we'll talk about the impact of emotional avoidance, how it shapes relationships, identity, and emotional health. Until then, remember, your feelings are not problems, they are messengers. If you would like the worksheet that accompanies this episode, feel free to download it at tonemotivates.com/blog. As always, always love. To respond to a question, make a suggestion for an episode, to be a guest, or give feedback, reach out to us at info@tonemotivates.com. You can also find us on social media at Tone Motivates on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Shades of Tone _podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can find us at tonemotivates.com, where all of those links are as well.